There's no more coffee.
I know what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to free your mind.
Uncover the face that the Lord created so it can be seen. Tired of the fake trending all over the place. We just want to be free. There's no fear with faith is praising till we're hiding underneath. We won't bow down to the golden cow and do as it pleases. We don't care what they say, it's God over the government. Won't have it any other way, it's God over the government. And we just don't understand how they put their faith in man. We don't care what they say, it's God over the government.
I'm trying to free your mind.
No, we lost our connection. Oh, we're already on live? Oh my lord. Are we on live, Kuya Mel? I'm so sorry about that. Are we on
Okay,
live
go.
now? Okay, Kuya Mel. Okay. Okay, this is really strange. Okay, hello everybody. This is Franz from New Zealand. Welcome to the International Resistance segment, talking about natural law. Today is April 2, 2022. And it is time again to expose what our co-hosts, JG, Christine, and Wovenart, have prepared and researched about what's happening to our world these days.
France.
Yes, are we on? Are we
Yeah,
on?
we're on.
Yeah.
But I'm
Okay.
JJ, not JD. JD's my buddy that hosts
All
more
right.
than Jibber Jabber
Okay,
with me.
Jan, aka John. Okay, JJ. Okay. Yep. Introduce yourself, our speaker, JJ.
I'm JJ.
From America, and Christine, her sister.
No, I come from my mother. I just happen
Your
to
mother.
be in the area known as America.
Okay, from he's a man. Okay, Harry Wovenart.
Hi.
Wovenart.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, from Israel.
He's a
You
little
don't want
puppy.
I'm also from my mother. Yeah.
from his mother. in Israel. Okay, and Kuya Mel, of course, our IT behind the back, the very how do
Ngayong
you call
gabi is
it?
sa tanan. I'm from my father, inserted to my mother, and get out.
Okay, let's just play about this. Okay, thank you so much for watching us today. To all the viewers, kindly please type where you are as well, and we will welcome you. And thank you for watching Natural Law and our co-host from More Than Zebra Jabber, this is JJ, of course. And yeah, they're bringing us about digital currency, world government, world economic forum, right? What was it? Was it?
Well,
Yeah, it's all yours.
the
All
clips we're
yours.
going to be showing today is from the World Government Summit that just took place. Um, I'm drawing a blank on the dates. Forgive me.
New World Order.
Yeah, it was this past week, I believe. Um, as a matter of fact, let me, for all those that are interested in sitting down for the full, I think it's almost 7 hours of talks to see what they're telling us. Let me grab that link so that Mel can put it up on the screen for folks that are interested in that. As it
J-
takes forever
JJ, you
today
didn't
to
want
load.
to play like 3 different videos?
Yeah, I do, but I want to give people the source so that they can go and watch the uh, the long version for themselves if they wish.
JJ is not running away today. His voice is back.
He's
Yeah, well,
going to
for the
give you
most part.
3 hours this time to
No, no,
compensate
no,
for
no,
the
no,
missing
no,
one
no,
hour
no, no,
before.
no, no.
No?
I reject your offer again, sir.
Okay, Yohanan.
Just Johanan. JJ is not running away today. His voice is back. That's
Uh-oh.
me again. Sorry, that's the volume.
Yeah,
I'm
that's okay.
checking. I'm checking people who are commenting. I'm gonna help Kuya Mel read the comments. Yeah. Yeah, to
All
all
right.
the viewers, you are all welcome to comments, please. And please, oh, do you have Kalumpit, Bulacan? Hello, Cebu, mayong gabi eh. Okay, sa taga Iloilo, taga Bicol, yeah. Or kung saan man kayo, wherever you are, all over the world, please state where you are. Comments down below, and we will say hello to where you are. Thank you so much.
So today's topic is going to be not only about the digital currency that's coming, but also about what most of us that's been like following Agenda 21 for a few
JJ, I
years.
forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I forgot to ask permission to the Lord. Can we pray first? I think I forgot to
Oh,
pray.
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and
Go
don't
ahead. By
forget
all means.
to
Yeah.
update the audience about the change in
Ah,
schedule for the
yeah.
next show.
We can do that at the end of the show, maybe. But at the moment, we have to ask permission to the Lord to be with us today. Okay. Let us pray. The Lord, Creator of heaven and earth, we bow before you this day. We thank you because for allowing us to gather on this day on this online platform again. You have taken care of us since we were last together. And here we are again today. We present this online segment to you that you may be with us from the beginning, the middle, and the end of this segment. Hear our prayer, O Lord Jesus. Thank you. Amen and amen. Okay, we're all safe. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right.
All right. So, a lot of people have heard this as conspiracy theory for at least 30 years, maybe longer. At least 30 years that I'm aware of.
Wow.
And there was a presidential address by George Bush Sr. When he was in office here in America.
Late 80s.
No,
No?
No, it was the 90s. Pretty sure Bush
Yes.
was in office in
Bush Senior was till 89.
89.
Yes.
Okay, so it had to be the 80s then. My dates are all messed up.
No,
Um,
wait.
Yeah, go ahead, because Reagan was in office, then Bush, then
He got in office in 89 and was there till 93.
yeah, because he only did a 4-year term.
Right. Okay. My bad. It was Reagan that took up most of the 80s.
Yeah,
81 to 89.
Reagan,
Yeah, Reagan. And then Bush Senior came in 89 to 93.
93.
Right.
Right. So
Okay, my bad.
this
Sorry.
speech was in the 90s,
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
and you're sitting here trying to convince everybody listening to the sound of my voice that I'm the one with the memory problem.
just go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So anyway, in his presidential address to the citizens of the United States, he mentions a new world order. Okay, I don't have that clip, but I'm sure people can find it if they haven't already seen it. And that's what we're going to be talking about here today, because it's being talked about openly. Remember, I've said it and tried to point this out to people many times, because people want to say, oh, well, I didn't know. Well, if you don't know, it's because you're not looking for the information, or you're not listening, or you're ignoring it. This information is out for public consumption for a reason, because you are going to have a decision to make. Okay. And with that, Mel, if you could play that first 18-second clip. And this is the first 18 seconds of the introduction on day one of the World Government Summit 2022.
World order.
It's taking a little bit to load.
Yeah, it's a very good and interesting video.
Yeah.
I like it.
It was playing fine just like right before the show.
This is your new life, guys. This is the new world order. You can't see YouTube videos anymore.
Now, all these clips that you're going to see today, I've edited down just to some of the important part of it.
I think you should
just for
add
time
if
constraints reasons.
If you're
we
going
can
to see
get to
those
see 'em.
videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First official day of World Government Summit here at Dubai Expo 2020. And the title of this session, are we ready for a new world order?
And there she says it, right there. And their answer is yes, we're ready for a new world order. That's the answer. Now, this has been talked about in America, in mouthpiece media, such as Glenn Beck, and he's talked about this central bank digital currency, the CBDC. Okay, that they're trying to roll out here for the United States. And this is not just for the United States. This is going to apply to every country around the world. And that's why all of these politicians during the Filipino election are making all of these promises and saying that government needs to do more. Government needs to take control of this. Government needs to take control of that. They're going to, if you allow it. If you go and vote for these people, okay, you're locking yourself in and you are consenting to what they decide you will do. So with that, I want to play this Glenn Beck clip off of his radio broadcast. Now he does video, so Mel, if you could put up the second video, please. It's
modern monetary theory is programmable money. It doesn't work without programmable money. But that means they can treat you like the Canadian trucker and completely cut you off, where you can't buy, sell, or trade unless you kneel. Well, that's what's coming. Your question that you have to answer is, are you willing to kneel or not? And if not, what does that mean to your life? And how do you survive if your cash doesn't work anywhere?
So there you go. Well, the problem with what he's saying there is it's not your cash to begin with. It belongs to the government that has established it. And all they're doing is reorganizing their system. Okay. If you choose to participate in that system, then you are going to kneel, as he said, to these men that you pledged your allegiance to, that you vowed to follow and to pray to by voting for them. So this stuff is coming, and this is not anything that hasn't been done before. They did it in the it was the 60s under Nixon, where they took the U.S. currency off of the gold standard. And in this next clip, you're going to hear a lady speak about that. And what she says should terrify each and every one of us if we are thinking about using their system anymore. So, Mel, if we could play that minute plus the last video, please.
Always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71, and so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private. But what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The U.S. is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well. And the question is, will that new system of digital money and digital accounting accommodate the competing needs of the citizens of all these locations so that every human being has a chance to have a better life. Because that's the only measure of whether a world order really serves.
All right. Oh, let's break down what this lady just said, can we? She just told you flat out there's a difference between the cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin, and all these other blockchain coins, and she's purposely muddying the waters, saying that it's blockchain. What they intend to roll out is not blockchain. And she told you that blockchains are private. This digital currency that they are going to roll out for the U.S. citizens, for the European citizens, for the citizens of the Philippines, I don't care what government it is, if you consent to be a citizen of that government, this is what you're going to be using. It is public. It is not private. They will know if you buy a piece of chewing gum. They are going to know what you spend every cent on. And it's not even going to be cents in the way that we can comprehend it. All it's going to be is a transfer of ones and zeros in the fairy tale land of the internet. This is coming, folks. This is what they have planned. They are going to roll it out worldwide. It's been in the works for the last 20 years. This is not something that they're trying to figure out now. They've already got the plans. Just like they already had the legislation for the COVID relief fund in the works in 2019 before COVID ever happened in 2020. This is all pre-planned. It's all staged, and they're not hiding it. They are telling you because they have to give you full disclosure. This is them giving you full disclosure, telling you exactly what they're doing. And it's up to you to accept that offer or not. If you're not, then you need to know the things like we talked about a couple weeks ago, how to provide your own food in small areas, such as apartments and city dwellings. Okay. You're going to need to know how to take care of yourself. If you don't wish to enter into that system, then now's the time before they start rolling it out fully. And what you need to understand is this has already been beta tested in China for about 15 years now. It's called a social credit score. Okay. If you type something on any social media that they deem as inappropriate language or misinformation or whatever, then you won't get your check from your job that week. You won't be able to feed your family that week because you said a bad thing. You made a bad post on the internet. It's what?
No,
I thought you were going to toss in something.
If I was going to toss in anything, it was the fact that she said that this is blockchain, and then turn around and say, we'll be able to know every purchase made. They are very different.
Yeah. See, the difference between blockchain currencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum and this is that unless you tell somebody what you're spending your cryptocurrency on, Nobody's going to know because it's completely private. This CBDC, this central bank digital currency, it is not private. These governments are going to know every purchase you make. And if you're considered a dissident or you're let me rephrase that, because they have a specific language that they use, and it's called seditionist. If you are acting as a citizen of that country and you say something that goes against what that government is doing, then at that point you become a seditionist, and they will remove your ability to feed not only yourself but your family. And it's like Glenn Beck said, if you consent to this, you will kneel on bended knee, as low to the ground, and you're going to not be kissing the ring anymore. You're going to be kissing their feet.
I was going to say lick the boot, but that works.
This is no joke, folks. Okay, I've been waiting for them to roll this stuff out. And it kind of blew me away whenever I heard this at first, that they were using this language in this manner. But it's exactly what they talk about in Agenda 21. So my question to all of you Filipino folks out there that are hearing this, that are so excited about the politics that are going on for this next election that's coming up, why are you going to kneel to these men?
Or woman. There's a woman running.
Yeah. Why is it that you are willing to put the decision-making abilities into the hands of someone else that doesn't know you from Adam? It's I don't know. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Harry or France, you guys got any input, questions?
You have one question? Yeah. We'll just tell them to keep asking question as well. Yeah. So if we I have a question actually. If we don't vote, like now, what will happen? Of course, the old president will run again, Duterte, right?
If you don't vote, then you're not acting as a citizen. If you don't vote, then you're foreign to that government. You're in a separate jurisdiction.
Is that going to help though? Like, because if you don't vote, that means
okay. So let's look at it. Let's look at it like a dog that we have kept chained up outside. And every time we go to feed it, it tries to attack us. It tries to bite us. What if we just stop feeding that dog? What's going to happen?
Hungry. It's
going to starve to death.
Yeah.
If we stop participating in that system has no power. It will go away. The problem is what do we replace it with?
Yeah.
I say we replace it with something that's already in existence, that all we have to do is just put it back in place, and that's the kingdom of heaven. That's following natural law. If you and I are causing no harm, injury, or loss to each other, and we're not causing controversy with one another, then why do we need a third-party interloper to come in and interfere in what you and I do? We don't.
So you mean
We
we
all
have,
have. Go ahead.
sorry, you mean we have to retrain our mind without men and woman leader and just focus to God as our leader, as our, is that what you mean?
Starts
Because I
here.
think other people,
Starts in the heart.
yeah, in the heart,
As soon as we start changing our hearts, we change our minds.
yeah,
And when we
yeah,
change our hearts and our minds, we change our environment. When we change our environment, we begin to change the world.
yeah. I think that would be really hard for other people or most people without a leader because they used to it for so many decades now. So it's time to start from our heart.
As long as they have that mentality, okay? And I'm just going to be brutally honest here, okay? Here's the brutal
Good.
honesty coming right at you, okay? If you consent into this, you deserve what you're going to get.
Yep. Correct.
That goes for me, that goes for anybody. If they consent to participate in this system, they deserve the ass kicking that they're going to take on a daily basis. That's what it's going to come down to, because this is they're talking about the Filipino government goes bye-bye. Okay, the United States government goes bye-bye. The UK government goes bye-bye. Okay, they are literally crashing the world's economy and using Russia and Ukraine as an excuse to do it. Okay, along with this COVID scam, okay, that they have uh, propagated across the planet. All of this stuff is connected. All of this stuff is to crash the world's economy. They are actively, okay, and when I say actively, I mean right this very second, they are working to remove the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. They are looking to remove the US dollar as the petrodollar. Okay. Saudi Arabia right now is actively considering accepting something other than US dollars for their oil. When that happens, the oil prices go through the roof.
Yeah.
Pardon
We
me.
have some comments in here that other people knows exactly what will happen if what you're saying will happen. We can read from Esther Bautista. Lord, you are in control. They're praying already to our God. You're in control of God. Please don't let it happen. We're gonna be in trouble. We have no
I got
freedom.
news for you, people. Listen, people turned their backs on God a long time ago and started worshiping these governments. That's the reason why in the intro that I made for this particular segment, okay, all of those flags are overlaid on top of a golden calf because they're the same thing. It is a image, a graven image. It's an idol. These governments are competing with the Almighty. And if you are actively participating and pledging your allegiance, your fealty to these governments, you've turned your back on the Almighty. You've turned your back on the Creator because you are worshiping these governments like a god. It is a god. It's ideology.
Yeah.
And anybody that claims to be Christian and kneels to these governments, okay, they're violating the first commandment.
Yeah.
The first commandment is, you shall not have any gods before me. Period.
I
And that's
understand
what
that now.
people have done. And it's not just and listen, it's not just a Filipino problem. It's not just a American problem. This is an issue that's global. It's and we're working on some other video content that we're going to be putting out soon. Um, pardon me. Uh, where we're going to break this down and show people specifically that you're being told that this is what's coming, and people are just going along with it. They're not questioning it. They're not stepping back and pausing and thinking things through. You know, look at all the people that are dropping dead around the world because their government told them to go get a shot.
Yeah.
And when the government was never telling them to go and do anything. You know, these governments have no control over the flesh and blood, man and woman that God created unless we consent to it. So the question that I have for everybody today is, will you consent? Yes or no? Both decisions are going to be a hard decision. Neither one's going to be easy. If you consent, you're going to get trampled. If you don't consent, it's a lot of hard work, and you have to take responsibility for yourself. You've got to figure out how to provide. You've got to figure out what it means to be a man and to be a woman. And again, you've got to know that. So, I mean, that's the decision that's before all of us right now. Are we going to bow down and lick the feet of these people who have already, these people who are making this offer are the ones that have put the world in the situation that it's in economically right now. So why are we going to trust these damn people to continue to be able to do this? I would rather take responsibility for myself, grow my own food, do whatever I need to do, private contract, whatever, to be able to feed my family, as opposed to kneeling down and kissing the feet of somebody who does not care about me, who doesn't care whether I live or die. Agenda 21 says that they are going to lower the entire Earth's population by 2/3. So why is it that you think that all of these people are dying from this shot? I don't think it's that hard to figure out. I really don't. But it at some point, come on, people, we got to wake up and see what's happening right in front of our faces. They are telling you, actively telling you, me, and everybody else, hey, here's the offer we're making. It's up to us to accept their offer. We don't have to. No matter what anybody tells you, you don't have to accept the offer. You can choose a different way. And I know I'm being a little forceful this morning, but that's how serious this is.
Yeah. We need someone like you to tell them honestly what's happening now. By the way, we have a couple of viewers here that they know what's happening. Let's read Dovi in Caparas. This will only happen if everyone will not participate in putting another leader. Many are deceived because they were thinking that submitting to the government leaders is being godly. Yeah, it's correct. Thank you so much for that, Dovi.
That's
You are
exactly
awake.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I listen. I'm no biblical scholar, but it seems to me that a lot of people have this whole Romans 13 thing really confused. You know, where because it says to submit to to the supreme power. The supreme power is the Almighty. The supreme power
Yeah.
is the Creator. It's not governments. Governments have throughout history used this ordinance from God to establish legitimacy for their reign over other man and woman. And again, no man is worthy to have that kind of power over another. No man's capable of it. We do good to take care of ourselves, much less tell other people what to do. I'm getting
Um,
distracted by my.
Guys,
Go ahead,
I don't
Eric.
really have anything to add because you're doing such an incredible work presenting
Yes.
this. It's like there is nothing I can say which will be clearer than that. I just ask people to listen very carefully to what JJ is saying because he's trying to save you from yourself and the decisions you make. Um,
Yeah.
your presentation is incredible. Everything is correct.
Yeah.
Well, quit
Okay,
barking at me.
paki-share po, mga ate, mga kuya, mga lola, lolo, paki-share po para marami po tayo magigising. Not too late. I mean, it's late, but at least we have to start and try to wake them up. Paano kaya natin? I think they will understand anyway. The kids can speak English, so we have to try and warn them about this digital currency that's incoming now.
Listen, it's
So it's
not
very
just
hard.
a digital currency. This is
New
a
world,
unified one world government.
yeah, new world
Remember what
order.
she
Yep.
said, a new constitution for human rights. They're calling you cattle. They're calling you animals.
Look here, I have something in the waiting because I wanna bring this up. Um, and I know that a lot of you guys there in the Philippines
Yeah.
are multilingual, and I commend you for that. But this woman that spoke there in the last little video clip we played, she specifically said human beings and human rights. Okay, human is not a noun in the English language. It's an adjective. It's a descriptive word. Okay, and it literally means belonging to man, meaning it's property of. And if you will look at the definition number 3, it's profane, not sacred or divine. It has no divinity. It has no sovereignty. Okay. Man himself doesn't even have sovereignty. Okay. Only the creator has sovereignty. That's it, because the word sovereign literally means supreme power. Man is not supreme. Only the creator is. And I hope that came up right. Can you guys see the screen share?
Not yet.
I tried to. There we go. And if you look there, you'll see that human is an adjective belonging to man or mankind. Something that belongs to something is property of. Okay? Humans are considered animal.
Ooh.
Right? I'm not an animal. I having the qualities of a man. Just because something has the qualities of a man does not mean it's a man. And again, that third definition means it's profane. It's not sacred, not divine. It's not man. It is not woman. Okay, that's what mankind is. Mankind is all inclusive. It includes both sexes, man and woman. Okay, the word woman in English is two words. It means man with a womb. Okay, so mankind is all encompassing. It includes man and woman. And to be honest with you, so does man. Man is both of us because we're one of mankind. Okay, so but again, think about this. When she's saying human rights, she's not saying creator endowed rights. Okay, she's talking about civil rights. Civil rights are rights that are privileges that are given and granted to human, okay, or citizens as a privilege. It's something that can be taken back, taken away. Okay, our rights that come from the Creator, they can't be taken away. We can set them aside for a period of time, but when we choose, we can pick them back up again. They can't be taken from us. Even if they take our life because we refuse to kneel, they still can't take our rights. So, again, we all have a decision to make. Both paths are going to be hardships. But one is to a path of freedom, and one is to a path of servitude. And here's the kicker: it's voluntary. Yet nobody can claim, oh, I'm a slave, or they made a slave out of me. No, you volunteered. See, here's what a lot of people don't grasp about how government works. All, pardon me, all governments are voluntary. Okay, these you consent to be governed. That makes them voluntary. You know, I pointed out here the 13th Amendment. You know, for the United States' Constitution. You know, they say slavery and involuntary servitude, except under certain conditions, are abolished. And here's the truth of it. They don't say voluntary servitude is abolished. Why? Because they have to leave that open. You can volunteer to be in servitude all day long because they can't interfere in the right of private contract. And you're contracting, you're contracting yourself into that obligation when you agree to act as a citizen, or when you take that oath and pledge your fealty to that government. You're becoming obligated. You have duties and obligations that go under that go along with that vow that you make to that government. I'm going to stop sharing that screen now. But at the end of the day, all governments are government by consent. I've said this many, many times. Okay. It really comes down to your choice. Which one are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to kneel to man, or are you going to choose to kneel to the Almighty? That's the basic choice that we all have to make. And it's really getting serious now, folks. If you think I'm joking, Mel, can you put that link up for people to go and watch that full? I mean, I know it's a lot. I don't suggest sitting there and trying to watch all of that in one sitting. But I would suggest at least going through it and just randomly playing 3 to 4 minutes of it. You know, just let them talk. Because if you don't, you're not, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing, po. We need more people to wake up. Can you please share this so we can help a lot of people? I think JJ, our brother here, is getting serious now. We're starting to from basic now. Where are we now? I think this is not basic anymore, hi. We're going higher.
No,
right?
this is pretty basic. This
Still
is pretty
basic.
basic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it really is as simple as: are you going to continue to turn your back on the Creator, or are you going to follow His law? One of the two. You have two choices. Will you
Follow the law.
consent?
Yeah. Read the Bible. Other people doesn't know. They don't know because most of, especially I come from a Catholic, we don't read the Bible. We don't know the law. So start reading the Bible.
I can't. I'm not real good at green screen pointing, so there we go. Anyway, you see the sign.
Yeah. We can see. We can see the sign. Oh, your girlfriend said hello, JJ. She's watching.
Hi, Avi.
Yay! See? JJ found a girlfriend. He's taken. Here you go. Yeah. Hi, Abby.
Oh man.
Thank you for watching. Yeah.
Well, on that note, I have to excuse myself, so I'm gonna let my sister sit in my chair. I gotta go.
Okay.
Pretty
Okay.
bad.
Okay,
I gotta go.
Okay,
So
Harry?
Sit in the chair.
No.
Christine. Okay, you can just
See?
talk. We can hear you. We can hear you, Christine.
Okay.
We can hear you. JJ will come back. Welcome back. Okay.
Yeah, he'll come back.
Yeah. There's something you can add on, Christine? Your time to talk.
He pretty much he says it very well, very clearly.
Very well. Very nice today.
What
We should do this often.
you know what the issues are, what they're giving you the details of what they're going to do. And I agree with him. If you consent into this, you deserve whatever it is that you've contracted into. There is no more passing the buck. There is no pointing the finger to blame somebody else. It's going to be directly because you volunteered to consent to that contract that they're offering you. I can't disagree with him.
Yeah. Exactly. Very good topic today.
It is.
Yeah.
I hope it rings with truth to people about how serious this is. This isn't something that's 10 years into the future. It's here now.
Yeah. It's right here. Harry, do you want to share something?
I'm just wondering where were all the people until now? It's like there is this notion that there is still time, always there is time, and there is no time. We are already into that for a very long time, and I'm just wondering to myself why people are so passive and lazy, never to learn and understand and take responsibility. So I don't have much to say because JJ was spot on as usual.
You're always tough, Harry. I know. Which is we need people like that, real people.
Look, Franz, he's holding a dog.
No, a cat.
No,
You need
That's
a
not a
glasses.
it's a
dog.
cat.
It's
I
a cat.
know.
You need
Let
a
me confuse
glasses.
Franz. Why are you disturbing me?
Okay. Wovenart, are you willing to kneel? Okay.
Yeah.
Our viewers are watching. More comments, please. The more comments, more question. We will learn together. You learn from us. We will learn from you. This is what we do here. Our co-host will teach you natural law. So this is our thing now.
What?
So you're gonna get used. You're gonna get used to our
There
talk.
is some questions, is France.
Saan po,
So,
kuya?
if their plan is to create a new digital currency, if we don't comply, we will make our own. Is that okay?
Well, listen. So what is a currency, right? It's just a means of exchange. So if we already have a system that's in place even already, that we can use that's outside of these government agencies and government currencies. Um, eh, and that's the barter system. I mean, we can trade with one another. One of the ideas that Alan has presented that I really agree with is like we don't have to do this alone. And that's what our community's for. And if we get to know our neighbors again, and we stop, where's that thing at? We stop staring at these things
What's that? We
like
can't
my
see.
sister's doing right now. This is a
Mobile.
telephone.
Yeah.
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 If we stop staring at these things and we get to know people that live near us, okay, we get to know our friends and our neighbors and our family again like we were meant to, then you know what? We don't have to grow everything ourselves. I can grow a few crops that, let's say I grow a lot of corn, my neighbor grows a lot of beans, another neighbor grows a lot of carrots, then we can all exchange with each other. We all have the same investment into it. We can all exchange those food crops with each other. Maybe one of our neighbors has more property and they can raise goats, on their land, and those goats will provide milk, cheese, butter, all these different things, or cows or what have you. You know, there we already have something that's already there that we can use, and it's called the free market. We don't have to participate in these closed markets. All we have to do is start using what's already available to us. And
Yeah.
this people make this harder than it needs to be. They overthink it.
Yes,
Yeah.
since the money is just medium of exchange, and we agree with the both party. So that's why money is came out because my cow, I do not agree if I get barter with chicken.
Exactly.
So they
That's
invented the money. So it's called the measure of exchange. So so our plan here in Gising Maharlika, we will create our own Maharlika token. So we can use that in our community for the uh, medium of exchange soon. So we have our also a system that can be used in even there is no internet, can use it offline. So we have our program
well,
every Sunday.
right, and that's fine. But now, what happens when that that token doesn't have any value to somebody that's not in that's not associated with your group. You're going to have some other way to exchange something of value with someone who doesn't see value in your token.
Of course, people who don't know did not value that money, like dollar. If you bring that dollar here in Philippines, that in the native don't know what is dollar, they don't value it. So it's the
Exactly.
community use.
Yep.
So the community, the user will value it. But if you
And
don't know, of
that's the
course, you
key
don't.
word right there. Mel, you're hitting a nail on the head, brother. That's the key word, community.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if they
Strike this
implement,
week, Frank.
we think that this digital currency they are planning is to be injected into the microchips. So it in your body that the digital currency will be detected. So since we don't want to get vaccinated and to insert it that microchips in our body, then we do our plan in advance further. So we cannot we will be exempted to their plan, and we
Yeah.
cannot comply to their plan. We
Let,
have our own.
can I ask you a question, Mel?
Yes, sir.
Other than that one, so there in the Philippines, do you guys have the banking cards with the chips embedded in the plastic?
I think in it the ATM.
Yeah. What about like the credit cards or the ATM cards? It um here let me grab one so I can show you what I'm talking about.
Why don't you just bring one up on a search, a debit card?
Um
This way it'll be generic.
yeah,
And
and
it won't
it probably
have.
show up better. Yeah.
I
See,
think
this is
all
why I keep
banking
my sister
system
around.
use that they're using
Yeah.
that chips in the card.
You know, guys, I don't think it's really important what kind of money you're going to use because the most important thing is the understanding on how to act in freedom and in what kind of exchange you're going to use. There are going to be a million different solutions in a free society, in a free enterprise market. uh, it's the most important thing is just don't let any centralized power to manipulate your money with central banks or any other system. And more importantly, instead of just being so busy with how you're going to barter, first acquire the necessary skills to become a real man, and knowledge and skills and the necessary heart to produce the kind of life we wish to have. So it all begins with freedom. And then I don't care how you exchange with your friend. You can have a barter, you can invent your own money, you can use the token that Mel is talking about, gold or silver or I don't know, blue eyes, anything you like. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
He's always got to throw in that blue eye stuff somewhere. It's his little hook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
everything is just an
Harry's.
agreement.
Hold on. What did
Yep.
Kuya Mel?
What was that,
Everything is
Mel?
just
I'm
an
sorry, I started
agreement.
talking at the same time you did.
Everything is just an agreement.
Yeah,
If the community agree, then okay.
Yeah.
exactly.
But you're not going to have a community unless you have shared values. Community is not just living beside someone. You can actually go outside and have the worst neighborhood and people whom you have nothing in common. So first you have to understand the things that, for example, JJ is showing you, like how to think freely, how to change your belief system. And then when you have this common ground and shared values, then everything is possible. Then you really have a family and community. And from that you can find solution on how to exchange and barter.
That includes leaving the city,
Eh,
right? And going out. Going out.
well, leaving the city's not necessary. That's what we're saying. It's not necessary to leave the cities.
Okay.
I
Good.
mean, it, it, it may be more convenient for some people, like myself and my sister. We got out of the city just because we didn't like the pressures of the city. We didn't like the traffic jams and all of that stuff. I mean, we moved out into the middle of the woods. I mean, where we live, it looks very similar to the picture that I'm using for the background today. It's a lot of trees, it's a lot of rocks, it's a lot of forest. It's and I mean, so my neighbor in that direction is a hayfield. you know, we have bears and
Wow.
mountain lions and bobcats and all kinds of stuff around here. I mean, at moose, deer.
Wow.
We, huh?
Coyote,
Coyote.
seasonal
Yeah.
wolves.
I mean, that's our neighbors. But that's our choice. That's how we choose to live. I prefer to get out and tend my garden and raise my livestock, and be away from that stuff. Now, is that necessary for everybody to do that? No, it's not even a plausible reality, because if everybody moves out of the cities, wherever they move to, then that place becomes a city in itself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we just have to get back to, the basic values and basic principles that, apply under natural law, that apply under common sense. I don't have to take advantage of everybody that I come in contact with. If I'm, tr- if I treat my neighbor the way that I wish to be treated, and I love my neighbor the way that I wish to be loved, then where's the controversy? Where do the world's problems come from if all of us are doing our best to get along with those that we come in contact with? We don't have to have the system to be able to have technological advances such as cell phones and computers and all this stuff. The private sector can do just as good of a job. Well, actually, if you look at throughout history, the private sector always does a better job than any government organized project. If you go in and look historically across the globe, any government that has said, oh, well, we're going to step in and boost the economy by creating more jobs for people to be able to work and bring in some type of monetary whatever to be able to feed their families. If you look, when those governments go to implement those specific means, there's a great job loss that actually happens in that country. There more jobs are regulated out of existence than the government can create. And then you end up with, scam systems like Social Security and all these other things, where the government is the beneficiary of these programs, and the ordinary common citizen, it doesn't benefit from it really in any way. So it's, again, you put a government in charge of a desert, and in 5 years there'll be a shortage of sand.
Yeah.
It's just the way governments operate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Mel and Harry both are absolutely correct. I mean, it's about community, and you get that community by having shared values and principles with the men and women that make up that community.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody
Very
else's
good
turn to
topic.
talk.
Very good topic. Kuya Mel, do you have more to add on? It sounds like the Philippines really doesn't need anybody high, like because we have a lot of resources there for us. Like
Yeah,
they discover.
well, now I was doing some research yesterday for today's show, and I saw that in 2020, the Philippines imported 250 metric tons of rice because of the government lockdowns, the quarantine that happened there, because the government decided to basically tell everybody they couldn't work, they couldn't do this, they can't do that, and they weren't telling that to the men and women, they were just telling that to the citizens of the government, and it caused an economic snafu, right? And I think there was in total in 2020 there was 250 metric tons that was actually purchased for the storehouses, with an additional order of 200 metric tons that was supposed to be approved sometime in 2020. And I didn't find out whether or not that was approved. And that's from a FDA report from the United States government about Manila's resources. But if the government hadn't have stepped in and tried to save everybody from this fairy tale monster that they created, that they didn't create it, they just invented this idea of the boogeyman underneath the bed, if they hadn't have done that, then there wouldn't have been a need for the Philippines to import that much more rice.
Yeah.
And it also, some of the things that I found out in my research yesterday, and this was just with a simple Google search, that the Philippines don't actually import that much food until about 2019. And it was because of some there was some regulatory thing that happened with the Philippine government, where they started subsidizing the farmers, and now the farmers aren't producing as much as they were because they don't have to, because they're getting these government subsidies. So why do the work if you're going to get the money anyway?
Yeah.
So if people would quit relying on government because of a perceived benefit, then maybe, just maybe, we can support ourselves through our own labors. It's not that ridiculous of an idea, especially when you go looking at a direct correlation between government subsidies and regulations and a decline in food production. Okay, seriously, somebody give my voice a rest a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, Philippines actually doesn't need any other country to help them. They discover gas in Mindanao to sustain like the whole country. But yeah, as what you said, if people will ask benefits from the government and they start become lazy, what will happen to our country again? They need to work. It's part of our life here. We need to work hard for a living, right? Not just sit down there and wait for government support.
Well, I mean, if you're enjoying what you're doing, is it really hard work?
How are they going to control people unless they condition people to be soft and lazy? It really is
Yeah.
nothing more than training a dog to sit on a pillow by your feet. And that dog look to you for its treat and its well-being. And every once in a while, get a belly rub. They're conditioning men and women to do these things. I was disgusted by a teenager about a year and a half ago because he was more than excited to be kept if he didn't have to do any work. And I'm like, that's not the right mentality to have. I was like, if you're content in being a lap dog, then you're not a man. And you deserve everything that you're going to get. I'd rather live on my feet for a day than on my knees for a lifetime. I've always been someone to rebel against the status quo. And I will continue to do so.
She
But
don't even listen to what I say.
that's not true.
She just argues everything.
You see what I
She's
have to deal
serious.
with.
She's serious about it.
She
Yeah.
knows I'm poking at her heart.
Go ahead.
Ouch.
You're online. You can say it for real now.
She can wave.
Name.
Damn.
Sisters, brothers. Yeah, so
I don't know why you have to do that to me.
Why?
I
Just
said, I
trying
don't
to
know
wake up
why
DJ.
you have to do that to me.
just waking up everybody. Okay,
See?
so this
Yeah, say it in Japanese.
going.
They probably know Japanese over there.
Keep going.
Eh,
Christine, what were you about to say?
Oh no. I was just talking to myself that I can't even say anything to him in Japanese because I'm sure there's people over there that would know exactly what I would be saying to him. So
Oh yes.
I'll
Yeah. We have a
behave.
lot of yeah,
Yeah,
overseas
I'll behave.
overseas Filipino workers all over the world. They can speak a lot
Yeah.
different language, and yeah, this is the mindset that we have to like teach and wake up people. Uh, in my own mentality and experience, I wanted to have a lot of money because I want to travel and don't work, and that is the mentality that we have to remove. You know, I said if I have this money, I'm going to travel all over the world, just enjoy my life and don't work. But it's not gonna happen like that, you know, because it's getting harder. Life is getting harder, so you have to work.
You know,
Those-
eh, speaking of something like that, every time that there's been a possibility of me like coming into extra money, or like a large sum of money, I've always found someone else to to bless at the same time. Um, you know, me and sis kind of play this game. You know,
Mm.
what would we do if we win the lottery? You know, um, and her and I both are like, okay, we would, do the little bit of things that we need to do here on the homestead to get things situated, but then we would take like a large portion of that money and create outreach programs or help establish like community things. Um,
Yeah.
what you sitting here looking at me like I've got two heads?
Yeah, but you're making it sound like we I get that.
All I'm saying is that our hearts tend to go towards charity instead of selfishness. We don't ever think about like it going and traveling around a lot.
I
You know,
agree with that.
it's we're more charitable thinking as opposed to that type of selfishness. And I guess I've been that way a long time. I mean, I imagine sis has too, but it's always been that's always been my thoughts whenever because I'm thinking like I've got family in North Carolina that I know that I could help. My aunt and guy that I call Pops, that was.
Yeah, I don't have any family in North Carolina that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's your mom's side, so.
Yeah. But we've also talked about, like, taking in the more than jibber jabbers stuff that we do in teaching people law and teaching people how to be free, and like starting online classes for gardening, starting at these, and be able to put this stuff out for free for people. And we're kind of doing that now. But just think of what we could do if we had the funds to be able to do more of that. Now winning the lottery is a pipe dream, but
it is with those words.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying
it's not supposed to be if, it's supposed to be when. Look,
yes.
You
See what I deal with.
Vibration or you don't, but go
ahead. I know, but what I'm saying is we do a lot of work to reach out to people all across the world. And we not only me and Sis, but Harry, yourself, JD, Alan, Sean, all the guys that and even people behind the scenes, Miha, or I'll say her full name properly because she doesn't think I can do it. Mihaela, and Mindy and Lisa and all these great people that we talk to almost on a daily basis, that help out as much as they can.
So you say all the women, but you don't say the men.
Well, okay. So see, I don't say Michael because I butchered that family name, and I don't want to.
No, you don't have to say it's the first.
Okay, so Michael and Chafin and Mike, all these people know who they are, and some of us are able to do more than others. But so if you look at the group online that we have on Telegram, there's approximately 2,500 members.
23. It's more like close to 2,300, but okay.
Oh, is it? Okay.
You went way too high.
Well, still, whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so if what I'm saying is if everybody would donate $5 a month, that feels like they're getting some type of aid or benefit from this, and appreciates what we do, we could do so much more, and we could take this to the next level, and we could start like Alan is Alan's a really knowledgeable guy, and he's got this microgreens thing like really hammered out, and he can show people how to put together really inexpensive systems and show them how to get started with it. And we could do like those types of classes and things, and publish this stuff on the internet, or on our website, and really start to pool more resources and help people figure out multiple options. And right now we're just so limited because, and like here in the next couple of weeks, my time is going to be outside. I'm not going to be able to have the time allotted to spend and sit down and make videos or write articles or work on the website. Because my way of life changes whenever the spring gets here. But if if we had the funds to be able to outsource some of this work, take Alex for example. If I could pay Alex to put together some videos or do things that are so time consuming that I need to be spent outside, we can still get it done, because I really do think that time is very short with what's coming, with what they're planning to roll out. And it's people tend to overthink this stuff, and we've got a lot of really intelligent people that have some really good ideas that if we could get this stuff out to the general public, and people may not overthink it at that point, so and that's the only reason why I bring this up, is we're looking to be more charitable as opposed to being selfish. I could have taken this knowledge and just been selfish with it and not shared any of it with anybody, and just used it to to keep me and my family safe as much as possible. But the reality of it is if I do that, then I'm actually hurting myself in the long run, because it does take a community to get these things moving. And if we wish to build that community, then it takes time, it takes resources, and it takes men and women to make it happen. So, it's again, the World Government Summit, they have thousands of people working to push this stuff all across the world. We've got 8, 10, 20 people, maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm saying think of what we can do if people that are listening would just chip in, a little bit.
Yeah. I know that we're doing this to wake up more and more people to start doing things for themselves. Especially, I am actually like the kids. What will happen to them? I feel sorry for the kids, honestly, if this new world order will go on. So, what will happen to them?
I can tell you what's probably going to happen to them. They're going to live in a world of just pure evil when they're our age.
Transhuman.
I mean, think about the last 30 years that's been in our life. The last 30 years, we went from nobody knowing what a CD player was to now we don't even need a CD player.
Yeah.
Recorded phones.
Yeah. I mean, you remember the old telephones that
big one.
Big
one.
You had to. It took you 20 minutes to dial the number because you had to. And now you pick up your phone and you say, "Hey, call Bob," and it calls Bob. That's happened within 30 years.
Yeah, but we are being spied with it. I've been using iPhone since 2009, so Google knows what I'm doing online. See, I just realized
France, that. That's been going on for longer than 30 years. That's been going on for longer than Google's been around. They were doing that in World War II. The Germans were spying on their own people. The British were spying on their own people. The U.S. were spying on their own people. Everybody says, when concentration camps get brought up, they think of the Hebrew people in Germany. Well, you know what? It didn't just happen in Germany. It happened here in America.
Yep.
Concentration camps were here on American soil. They locked up people just because they had Japanese blood.
Yep.
But it actually started even before that. The first time you can recognize this is in South Africa. The British did that to the Boers, to the Afrikaners.
Yep. And again, people have done what? They've just consented and consented and consented to these atrocities that keeps happening, and they keep seeking the remedy by the very thing that's causing the atrocity to happen.
Here, I'm gonna tick off some people if they happen to be listening, but the native people here, I'm sorry. What do they think a reservation is?
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing more than a concentration camp.
Yeah. Can you please verify if I'm seeing the correct video that the South African president or prime minister did not comply or did not accept the injections? Is that correct?
I have no
Because
idea.
you haven't, because I've seen the video. He speak about like he doesn't want it. So probably the South African people don't have injection, like only little that accept it.
I don't know. I haven't. I haven't seen anything about that.
Is that the one where the president had the goat and the orange
I
tested?
thought that was Uganda or something.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
didn't realize it was.
Uganda, yeah, yeah. The president speak that they don't want it because the scientists has been making them a guinea pig, so they actually wait not to have the injection. So if that in that case, I mean
It's
they're
Tanzania.
blessed.
It's
Yeah,
Tanzania and Burundi.
so they're blessed then because they're
There you
awake.
go.
Tanzania and
Well, listen, I don't know if they're awake or not. Maybe they're controlled opposition, because listen, they have to tell everybody what they're doing. Okay, that's what this World Government Summit is about. That's what the World Economic Forum war game thing was about in Tel Aviv back in December. You know, and here we are. You know, the cyber attacks that they were simulating, in December of 2021 at that World Economic Forum event. They're happening. They're happening right now. I mean, there's been banks that were attacked in Canada.
yep.
And I mean, this stuff started in January. I mean, it was almost immediately. So, I think it was called Polygon something was the name of the World Economic Forum event. We talked about it on one of the shows here. But, I mean, it's they tell us what they're doing. We say on the show all the time, and I got this from Shaman, and he said I could use it, so I'm going to use it. They tell us the truth. They're just not honest about it.
Yeah.
They do tell us the truth.
Because they need
You were talking about Cyber Polygon.
There you go.
Cyber Polygon.
So
you have a video.
that was
of that,
an
or-
event held in Tel Aviv, December at the week of December 8th, 2021, where they simulated a world economic collapse due to cyber attacks. And within weeks of that happening, the cyber attacks, or supposed cyber attacks, started happening, and it was almost, I think it was the first week in January is when the really big ones started happening. And they're happening all over the world.
Yep.
I mean, I'm still seeing, I'm still seeing, it was Israel just, it was just like 3 or 4 weeks ago, right, Harry, where the Israeli government websites were taken down.
Wow.
Yeah. For a few hours, some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, but it's all an excuse to implement these new, stronger internet regulations, these new, stronger, all of these things that are more controlling and more, um,
Spyware.
yeah. I mean, again, these are the same people that are saying now we have a new solution. You know, it's time to roll out this new digital currency, and we're supposed to think that their idea is any better than any other one that they've ever come up with, and they're the direct problem that's what's been caused in the world. I mean, you have people fighting over stuff that has no value other than the belief somebody has in it.
Well, isn't that the whole problem to begin with? Society is more bankrupt, and instead of being interested in preserving their rights, they're now interested in getting the discounted TV or free promotions or free gimmicks or free benefits from the supposed government. They're no longer interested in their endowed rights. They're interested in instant gratification. Morally bankrupt. That's the issue at hand.
Yep. And it's again, like I said, they've turned their backs on the creator. They've violated the creator's first law.
In Hebrew, I think it would be the second. There was one that he spoke of before that. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. But either way.
Yeah. So I think as soon as God sees our heart, that we focus on Him, that's the only thing that He will bless us. I think. Not really think.
Well,
He
listen,
will.
we've transgressed His law to a point that maybe He can't answer our prayers. Maybe we put the creator in a position because of through our own actions that maybe He can't help us at this point.
Look, we were given free will for a reason. The free will that we exercise land us in scenario A, B, or C. Now it's up to our free will to make the decision of how we wish to proceed out of problem A, B, or C. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody said that you weren't going to get hurt. Nobody said that this was going to be pain-free. Obviously, we've walked ourselves into these scenarios, and now it's how we choose to stand and resolve the scenario that we created. So why should we expect any divine help? We got ourselves into this. We have to give ourselves out. It's that simple.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's like you made the choice. There are consequences. You have to deal with it. Why would you expect the creator to come and save your lazy, irresponsible ass? Not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, if you look at the Bible, you can very clearly see what God is doing with evil people. The choices we made make us look evil. Not look, we are evil.
Yeah, exactly. We just pretend not to be, but we're all sinners. But yeah, God forgives when we ask, when we really repent down to our heart. We need to repent and really seek guidance from Him, to focus only on Him, to Him. But other people really don't understand because of like getting used of things that we did before and now, that they think is part of the government. I think the Bible, there are a lot of things in the Bible that is not, it's not supposed to follow, and people just like, oh, okay, this is it, and then is that like they're putting it for themselves instead of like there are another meaning of the verses in there when we study there, like because other people use the verse for themselves instead of looking outside the box. So that's the loss of
Well,
translation there.
well, I think what tends to happen is people tend to cherry pick and they take things out of context.
Yep.
And that's not just true for what's in the Bible, but that's
Yep.
true for other situations and other things in life. Um, everything in context. Because without that context, then maybe you're doing it wrong.
Yep. But there are different meaning on that. It's not like that, like literally. There's like another outside than that. So yeah, what we're doing now, what you're saying, to give is to receive. So you have to give first to be able to receive. So that is in the Bible. And
But people,
if you keep
Wow,
going, go ahead.
sorry. Why do you need to give?
To
Just stop.
receive. To
No,
receive.
you don't need to give. You just need to stop stealing.
No, no, no,
People can
no.
choose to give.
It depends on what kind of giving, Harry. What we're doing here is giving, like sharing.
Yeah, but I'm
This is
She's
giving
talking
because
about
I'm.
true charity.
But
yeah.
no, I am not doing true charity. I am selfish. I'm doing that because I need to wake you up so I can be safer.
No, this is part of the sharing. This is our mission. In the Bible, what you're
But
saying,
that's
like
exactly what you just proved her point, Harry. You just proved her point. Even though you're doing it for a selfish reason, you're still giving, and
exactly.
the ultimate return is that you're going to get a greater benefit by giving your time, by giving your energy to try to help
Yeah.
people come to a new understanding and a new
Yes.
enlightenment of the situation.
Mm.
How can you argue with a man like that? You can't.
Yeah, but yeah, this is part of the giving because the giver are the happiest people. It's better to give than to receive. You see, but you are giving because you are working hard with it.
It
Like you're
doesn't
doing the
come natural
research.
for me to give. You have to remember where I'm from.
Harry, you've been research. Harry, you've been researching for 15 years, and that is a hard work, and you know a lot of things. So whatever you've learned, you're sharing it. So that is one of the giving. And JJ there, 3 years of doing your podcast, right? And whatever you read and research, and you're sharing it to the other people, and this is part of the giving. It's not
I
material
think the
things, but the
podcast.
knowledge.
The
3 years?
podcast is a
I
little
think the
more than a
pod.
year, no?
A year?
Yeah, I
A
think the
year?
podcast is only about a year and a half. But
Three
like
years? Three
as
years?
far as the natural law stuff has been like deeply researched for the last 3 years.
Yeah. There you go.
Um,
But you're
but
researching a lot of different things for 20 years or something, right?
Oh,
oh
there you
yeah,
go.
yeah,
You
And
see?
now you're sharing
yeah.
your
I've
knowledge.
You
well,
see, guys,
listen,
that's care and dedication. That's
we're
what.
all students.
Exactly. Yeah. Even teachers learning from their students. Yeah, I've learned that now that my own 70 years old tutor and very humble and saying that don't look at me as your tutor. Look at I am a teacher, but I'm also learning, like teaching you, like we're teaching them, and through the comments, we also learn from them. We learn every day, but this is giving and sharing. Yeah, it's part of it.
Yeah,
And I really like when you like take it from the Bible. We didn't do this. God planned for this. We think that we did this, but no. Can you imagine how we meet each other and these people here watching now? That just didn't happen. I think there's something just there is like power or frequency, some people call it, that they need to be tuned in here today, and more people will be watching with it to learn and find out. So this is what I'm saying, like, because you guys don't just speak conspiracy theory here. Everything that you talk, you verify if it's legit. So that's the good thing here. We don't talk rubbish over here. Everything that you say is you research it. So you have resources and proof that they are uh, legit. Just legit, no lies at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm so thankful about that one. And you are the people who, you know, don't just talk rubbish. Like today, I verify to you about David Icke. Because I wasn't sure if because when you listen to him, he's a bit scary. So thank you for telling me that he's part of the system. Yeah, and other
In my
people,
opinion.
he's kind of scary when you watch him. It's very stressful. I think if someone stressed watching him would probably commit suicide. It's very scary. I won't I won't suggest people who are stressed watching David Icke. It's very brutal. It's very frank.
Well, I mean, a lot
Yeah.
of people have a lot of different theories. I just, what he teaches is there's a lot of half truths in, So, like I said, my opinion about him is my opinion. Um,
Yeah.
I don't have any proof to, other than what everybody else can see, so it just is what it is. Um, I don't know about
Yeah.
you guys, but I really can't think of anything else to say this morning.
No,
Do
because
we have
when I watch
any other
when I
comments?
Yeah, let's take
uh
questions. Let's
questions,
take
they
5
just
questions.
not really. They're just listening there, and we have people watching from Bulacan, Antique, the Ilonggos one, Cebu. I'm not sure if there are other people who watching, but I think there will be more people watching later on. And I see Abby. I think we only have GMTV3 and TV2 at the moment. I'm not sure what happened to the other one. Oh, Dovi and Caparas. Did I read that before? May read
Yeah.
it because you're thinking submit. Yeah, we read that before, Kuya Mil. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I think they will watch it anyway. So, yeah. Hello sa mga tao sa Antique. Maayo nga gab-igit sa inyong nga tanan. Ilongga man ko diya, ho. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just greeting. Yeah. Our international resistance are for the people who are willing to listen, for the open-minded people, and want to add on their knowledge and verify it. You don't need to listen to us to our talk right now, but you can. I mean, Google is just there, one click away, and you're able to verify what we talk about here. You can research, listen to it over and over again.
In Google?
Google or DuckDuckGo. Why you don't like
Start
Google?
page.
Start
Start
page.
page.
Is there another link of researching?
Yeah, startpage.com. It's a better search engine,
Oh, that's a new one.
and it's private.
Was
Yeah, it's private. No, it's not new. It's been
started.
around since 2009 or 10. Maybe before. But
Is that,
listen,
how
if
do you
people, I really want to get that web address to the YouTube video, for that whole day one of the World Government Summit, up on the screen, so people can go and
where is
watch
it?
that. It's
Where
in
is it?
the chat here in StreamYard.
Here kuya. The one, the STTV YouTube. Yeah, the one. Yeah. And
Yeah, that one.
FBI.
Please go and watch
Yeah.
that and listen to what those people are saying. It's they're telling you what they're going to do. So again, what are you going to do? Are you going to consent, or are you going to be a man or a woman and stand on your feet? Or are you going to continue to turn your back on the Creator?
What happened if they say I will consent? What happened?
JJ, what if I have
They
flat
deserve
foot?
everything they get.
Yeah.
Well, stand on your flat foot then.
You own you own nothing, but you will be happy. Yeah.
That means, listen, when they say you own nothing, that means they're telling you that you will not own your body. Your body is the
Wow.
one single most precious thing that was entrusted to you. So they're telling
Yeah.
you that you will not even have property rights to your body. And if that doesn't
Yeah.
scare the crap out of you, nothing else will.
That's very scary because it's like they're gonna make us like a mobile phone being monitored wherever we go, what we do. You know? Wow.
You already are.
Yeah, you have been
Oh.
for years.
The point is, right now you have the point to go, look, I'm in
Mm.
the creator's kingdom, not the man's kingdom. But as soon as they roll out this new system and you consent to it, you no
Yeah.
longer have that ability, because they're telling you what you're going to consent to. They're
Mm.
removing that option from you, and you are either going to,
I disagree with that. You're removing that option from yourself.
right, but you're the one taking that jurisdiction away.
Yeah. They're not doing anything. You're doing it to yourself.
But they're telling you this is your option. And being free is always going to have its scary moments, because you are responsible for your own actions.
Mm.
Or you can be a kept pet and you can do whatever it is they tell you to do from the safety of their enslavement.
And here's the thing. When you go before the creator to be judged, you're still going to be responsible for that choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's time to wake up. It's very
All right,
late
guys.
right now.
Y'all have a good week. I am gassed out for this morning.
Hold on. Someone's asking what is the name of the private searching platform? Is that the star? What did you say?
Startpage.com.
Oh, I see. Start page. Okay, .com. Just Google it. Yeah. Okay. So.
No, don't Google it.
Don't
Just
Google
type
it.
in the address bar.
Oh, sorry. Search it there. Yeah.
Startpage.com.
Yeah. Startpage.com. Okay.
Okay, just
So
Google
yeah.
it.
Kalinga Province, Northern Philippines. Just Google it. No, I'm sorry. I'm used to use Google. So startpage.com. There you go. I never heard that before. That's my first time to hear that. We use that go here in New Zealand actually. So you have that.
Yeah,
Okay. So
Startpage is more secure and private than DuckDuckGo ever has been.
okay, do you want to say your parting word now? Because you're starting to like I can see you're getting really tired again. Yeah. You want to say your
I'm
parting
just,
word?
I just, listen, I'm not trying to, tell people what to do. I'm pointing out, here it is. This is what's happening. You know, everybody has a big decision to make. Pardon me. And it looks like now is the time to make that decision. That's my opinion. It's not going to be in a month or two when they start rolling out this system and you go, well, what do I want to do now? No, you need to do it now. The only time that's important is now. Be in the present. Be present.
Yes. Correct. Agree.
And I'll be here, still trying to explain this stuff, and talking about it as much as I can. Even if you don't make that decision today.
Yeah.
So I'll see y'all next week, 2 hours earlier.
2 hours. Oh yeah, next week. Yeah, that's right. So instead of 8 o'clock, because we have daylight saving here, so we have to go back 2 hours. So 6 o'clock Philippine time. Kuya Mel? 6 o'clock Philippine time, Manila time. We will start next week. From next week. Christine, do you want to say your parting word? Thank you so much, JJ. Thank you so much for your report and your help. And you're looking so tired. Thank you so much for your hard work. Christine, are you still there? She's
I
sleeping now. She's not
am.
sleeping.
So
Yeah, you
thank
want
you
to?
for having us. We're not trying to fear monger. We're just presenting the real facts as they are and the real options that you have to choose from. So with that, I hope you choose wisely, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, and can we ask Alan to join us here sometimes, huh? JJ? Alan? Hopefully. So
Yeah, I
2 hours.
mean, he might be listening right now, but Alan, if you're
Oh,
listening, France says she would like to have
yay.
you as a guest.
Yes, please. Yeah. My friend, Wovenart. Harry, do you want to
Yeah.
say your...
No, just thank you, JJ. As usual, the presentation was incredible and exact. And actually, this lady who was asking about the private searching platform, she should remove the mask. Oxygen is good for you. Just
Where's the...
saying.
She wearing mask. You're not allowed, I think, in the Philippines. Maybe we're not allowed to not to wear
What do you mean we are
inside.
not allowed?
Out the public, you have to wear. They need to wear mask.
Who
Even
said?
here,
Who said?
even even in New Zealand, we're not allowed.
No,
I
no.
don't
I
want
think
to.
no. You're missing the whole point. Then
Mhm.
you shouldn't. You shouldn't have the permission from anyone to breathe. I can't say that word properly. I know. If you
Breathe.
to inhale oxygen is not something a
Mm.
politician can take away from you. It doesn't
Oh,
matter what they
Without your
say.
consent.
I know, but
You
I
have to
can't
consent
hurry.
to it.
I am myself. If I go to the mall and then the guard will tell me to wear your mask because everybody wear mask, I'll just follow what they said because I don't want to be like
I
grabbed by
thought
the
that
police.
those COVID things were
Remove.
removed
We wear
in New
masks at
Zealand
school.
and the
We wear...
Philippines.
No, in here it's removed, but inside the school everybody wear masks, and if we're not, you have that look that we're not cooperating.
So look
So
back at them. You have to set an example for the rest. Why are you wearing masks?
Look back and smile.
no, I can't do that because no, no, no.
So look
Otherwise,
back and cough at them.
it's very hard. I'm just waiting. Yeah, on the door there is a
No, but
signage.
seriously, it doesn't matter that it's hard. What JJ is teaching is not for. It's hard, but it's the right way. You have to begin somewhere, right? If you're not strong enough to say no to masks, how are you going to say no to everything else?
I
It's a
think
matter of
Very
principle.
true.
maybe we can only do that if there are
No,
group. But on the door it says you have to
no,
wear your
France,
mask properly.
France, no.
Okay, but
Ignore that.
is your hold on, France? Is your name you?
No, France.
Right. So it doesn't say France has to do anything, does it?
Yeah, I'll try not to wear, but I don't want this look. I don't want the look like, you know.
Well, see, and that right there,
Is the
that
problem.
attitude that you have
That's
is
consent.
how they win.
You are the leader of the international resistance, so you have to resist. You remember?
I will try. Okay, Laidlu, if you are listening, I will try not to wear mask on Monday.
Don't try.
I
Just
want
don't
Mel's
wear masks.
background.
Kuya
Wanna be
Mel.
Aquaman?
Yeah.
I
Okay,
like
we
that
will try that.
background.
And then I'll let you know what the look like. Maybe I will just say, oh, it's bad for my health. I cannot breathe. I don't know. I don't know.
Actually,
Ac-
tell them to
actually,
Look,
resist
you-
as well.
Go ahead,
Huh?
man.
Actually, Sis Franz, in Philippines, the case of Capre and Al, one of the not wearing mask, is already dismissed. That
Wow.
mandate is not lawful. That's why we have our decision in court that is dismissed the case of not wearing mask. So we
Well, how come
can use that here. We can
yeah?
use that
How come
for
people still wearing mask, Kuya Mel?
because
There's...
of the ETA
Condition.
not published
They
The
haven't
decision
published
is
it.
not
So we
published.
have to announce it to the Philippines then. Abid, stop wearing your mask. Abby is here. Yeah, Kuya Mel is already telling it. They went to court and mask is not mandated there anymore.
Oh, guys,
Well,
Franz, you're killing me. So because the court said that it's not mandatory, then it's not mandatory?
no, for me, I'm trying to avoid the police will get me. I don't want to go to the prison for a little thing. you know, I don't want to go there.
Okay, forgive me. I'm going to shoot myself in the corner. I will come back later.
Okay, okay, yeah.
But see, France, by not wanting to give resistance, you're allowing them to be able to continue this agenda. When, like, if you can't say no to a mask, how are you going to say no to, you have to wear the mask in your home or you can't leave your house? Where does it stop? If you can't say no at the very beginning and have that conviction of right and wrong and God or godless, how is anything else going to be prevented? We can't be afraid of what they may or may not do. It doesn't apply to you, the woman, only if you consent to it. And if you consent to it, then everybody who consents out of that fear is the ones allowing this agenda to propagate. And that's what we're trying to stop. We're trying to show people they have the ability to consent or not to consent. Yes, it's scary. It's very scary to think of what they might do to you, what they could do to you, but will they? Do they have that authority to do that to the man or woman?
No, they do not.
They can act unlawfully, but it still doesn't give them that ability to do so. And that's what we have to stop. If nobody has the courage to say no and to stand there and to show people that it's within them to do so, why are we here? Why are we saying anything to anybody? We have to be the example. We have to put ourselves on the line. They could come here and kill us today or tomorrow. Nothing's guaranteed.
A plane could fall out of the air right now.
Nothing's guaranteed to us after this next second. It's a privilege by the Creator that we're still here. And either we're going to do as He commands and set the example, or we're not. And that's the choice everybody has to make every second of their life.
And we can't be afraid for somebody to look at us in some way that shouldn't even make us feel uncomfortable to begin with. It's that fear of ridicule and fear of being set apart some way. I strive to be set apart. Let them look at me like I'm crazy. That's fine. Bring it on.
Here's the thing. Awe used to mean something very good. The awe of God. It was something very good, very powerful to be said. Now it's looked at as awful, something very bad. We should have the awe of God within us so that people, when they see us, they see something that attracts them to the light, not to the dark, but to the light, so that they can follow us. I don't want to say attracted, but there is that magnetism that happens when something connects on a spiritual level with people. They are attracted to it and they don't know why. And if you show people that they don't have to be afraid, that they have the ability to stand as a man or a woman, that's something really good and something you should be proud of, that you've instilled that into other man and woman to have that ability, not to show them to be a coward and they have to do this because something might happen to them by some other man or woman. We have to strive to be the example, whether it's good or bad. Consequences are good and bad. The consequences of being the example is that other people will follow. The bad consequence is that, it might hurt a little, it might hurt a lot, but we have to be willing to be okay with that. If we're not okay with that, then we don't need to be here, and we don't need to be the example for people, because it's going to be the wrong example. We're
Okay,
here to
can
show
I?
people that there is something different.
Okay. Can I ask a question? If, because I'm at school, right? If the tutor says there on the door, like, wear your mask, and then we're all sitting down there and said, can you please wear your mask? And I'm the only one who's not wearing mask. What do I say to the
You're
Well,
instructor?
exempt for like,
what you can tell them is that you have a legitimate medical condition
Yeah,
that mask interferes with, okay?
good.
And it's called oxygen dependency syndrome.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, okay. I will
but it's
try that
very
on
true.
one day. Yeah,
You
I
know,
can't breathe. Yeah,
renegotiate with them. Renegotiate. You know, you're there to get a service from them, so you're contracting with them, right? So try to renegotiate their terms. Try to get them to accept your terms.
they're probably gonna ask a medical certificate, from the doctor. You do I come you your medical?
You don't
Yeah,
have
well,
to
I'll
give
try.
that.
I will
That's
try.
private
'Cause-
information.
yeah. That's right. I'll try that because I haven't really when there's a signage on the door. I haven't everybody when everybody's wearing.
You got to remember though, when you're going
Yeah.
into their property, okay, that you are agreeing to their terms to do business and conduct business there. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to be cautious in that, but we can take the opportunity to renegotiate those terms so
You know,
that they benefit us and them.
Franz, it says in the Bible, do not make any idols, right?
The mask is not my idol.
Well, when
Yeah.
you're wearing one, then it is, because in Hebrew,
Yeah.
originally, before it was translated
Wow.
into idols, it said, Elohei masecha lo ta'aseh lecha. Masecha is a mask. So the
Oh my
translation
gosh.
into idols is wrong. In Hebrew,
Yes.
originally, it's masecha, a mask. So when you
Yeah.
are wearing a mask, you, as a Christian, a believer, you are actually worshiping the God that God told you not to worship.
You just give me an idea there. I'm just gonna say I'm not idolizing it, and we're studying Bible, so I only idolize God. And then, yeah, I'll think about that. I'll experiment on Monday. Yeah,
See,
yeah,
Harry, that's why you're here, brother.
yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah. Wow.
So you can look at
Is this a
Exodus.
Christian school?
Yeah, it's a Bible school, and we're wearing masks.
Well, there you go.
So-
Harry just gave you the answer.
Yeah,
So
Harry
yeah.
just
on
gave
the-
you the answer.
Okay, so
Exactly.
on Exodus, chapter, one second, let me tell you,
will
chapter
tell them.
34, verse 17, for example, it says, do not make any idols. But if you go and read the original Hebrew verse, it says, Elohei masecha lo ta'aseh lecha. Do not do to yourself the gods of the mask. Literally mask. It says a mask.
Wow. Okay. I'll use that verse. So see, I don't know.
Okay, it's verse
if I
17.
can change the school. Let's see what will happen. I'll let you know. What will happen.
So one
said
second, you're
34?
going. Yeah, chapter 34, Exodus, verse 17. So, Franz, when you're going to your school to learn the Bible, you are wearing a mask?
We are because they put there.
Ah!
I know. I know. I'm so sorry. I am guilty of it too. Yeah, because have you seen how brutal the police were with the protester last March too? And I don't want to get into that. You see? So I am a citizen. I'm so sorry. I'm not a man, but I am guilty of it. So yeah. And I thought I'm going to get out from this city and go to the mountain so no one can tell me what I want to do. But you see, I just learned today that you don't need to move out. You just start wherever you are. So it's like, okay, that is a good start. So I'm learning. I'm learning from you too, guys. Yeah. So, yeah, Kuya Mil, when you went to your dinner today, You didn't wear mask?
Actually, I have a mask, but in my neck only.
See?
Uh,
Yeah, so just
when
put
I
it here.
enter the mall, I up. Then when I pass the guard, then I go down.
Take it out. Yeah, that's
Take
what
it
I
out.
want to do too. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to cause trouble with the guard. But
Because
like
the guard is
trying
just working only. They're
Chicken!
doing their job.
Chicken!
chicken. But the kids is not wearing mask. The kids not wearing mask. No, the
But
kids.
the sad thing for the kid is if they are brainwashed with the mask. So
Yeah.
daddy don't know mask. So they wear mask. So even she walk outside, they are looking for the mask. That's why I
Harry
converted
just
there.
give me, yeah, Kuya, Harry just give me an idea. I will use that verse to school because we're studying Bible, right? International Bible School. And that verse, I could probably debate or argue with them. Wearing mask is idolizing that mask instead of trusting God. If we get, because they said you have to wear your mask to protect someone else. So that's the reason. You protect someone else. But actually, if you trust God, why are you scared to get the virus? We are in the Bible school.
What happened?
Man,
Isn't there a Bible verse that Christians use a lot that goes something like I can do all things through Christ?
yeah, there is trust only
Yeah.
God. Even though,
So
yeah,
why do you have a mask on?
exactly. So Harry, just wake me up. I'm gonna use that verse. So I'm gonna go in the school not wearing mask, and I'll let you know. Maybe I will use my live video so that you can see and just experimenting. Here I am. I'm inside the school not wearing mask today, and see what will happen. Okay. So there, I have a proof. I'm gonna do live. Do you wanna see? Okay, I'm gonna do live. Okay,
What?
and we'll see what will happen.
It's fine. All right. Well, I'm starting
Yeah.
to lose my
Yeah,
voice again.
I want
So
to see the video. I want to see a
Yeah, yeah,
live
yeah. I'm
video.
gonna do live and see what will happen. And I don't.
Can you create a T-shirt and say I'm not a chicken?
I'm not saying that. I'm just gonna do what you want to. You are telling me to do, not to wear mask, because I'm idolizing if I do wear mask. So I'm
Okay.
gonna. I'm just gonna get. GJ says that I have a health problem. That's why I cannot wear mask, and
no,
I'm gonna use.
not a health problem. You have a
What
health
is it?
condition. It's
Condition.
not a
All right.
problem. It's
Health.
just a condition. It's called
Okay.
oxygen
Health.
dependency syndrome.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Why
Health
do you even
condition.
need to provide them any explanation? Who are they?
Because they will ask the people there in the on the front door. They will
If
ask
I
I
will
you.
would
ask you,
just
well,
listen.
i-
Listen, I would
let-
just ask them,
Harry,
where
shut
does
it.
my name appear on this piece of paper that says I have to do anything?
You just ran all over Harry.
Did I?
Yes, you
I'm
did.
sorry, I didn't hear him speaking.
no, it's fine. If, for example, a woman guard is asking you where is your mask, just ask her when did you get your last period? You know,
Okay, Harry.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just being helpful.
But it's a guy who's asking it. A guy, not a woman. A guy.
Okay,
And
when did
most
you
of,
get your last one?
Ask me the
Are
same
you on it
thing.
now? Just throw them off completely.
okay.
Just tell them, Sis
Ask
France,
the men
do I
that
look
too.
not attractive?
Yeah,
Why you
we are
only
on.
ugly, happy to wear mask?
I have a. I will take a
Tell them you're
video.
harming you. Tell them they're harming your self-esteem because they're implying that you're ugly and you need to cover your face.
I have to find some other good reason for that.
You know,
I
for them to ask for you to wear a mask because they want to be protected is like you asking them to wear a coat because you're cold.
Do you know how
Right.
happy?
Exactly.
Do you know how happy we are because we are allowed to go to school? That I am unvaccinated and we are able to combine with the vaccinated. So the vaccinated went to school first, and the unvaccinated were at school. I mean, at home zooming. So as soon as they announced that they are going to uh, clear the mandate, we were so happy, and we got. I didn't even think about masks
So
anymore.
you are happy to be able to go back to school with
But
vaccinated
not the
people?
masking, not the masking. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm in there because, when you are learning at school with the other international student, the spirit is there. I learn better.
How can the spirit be there if everyone is with a mask? What the
I
spirit is like?
know.
Oh,
It's
I'm so
I
happy! I'm so happy to be here with all the masked people. It's the,
I
it's so
I
happy.
know.
I'm
I'm
happy.
not I'm not happy
Yay!
with
I'm
the
happy.
mass, but I like with people. I like learning with different people learning there rather than learning at home. Zooming.
Listen,
I'm not. Yeah.
this whole
Okay,
thing
JJ needs
makes
to
as
go to his
much
girlfriend
sense
already.
as
Yeah.
giving a bunny rabbit a BB gun.
A baby gun. Okay. What Harry was about to say? We're not going to finish with our masking anymore. Okay. What
No,
did you say?
I'm just saying JJ is being held against his will. He wanted to go already 20 minutes ago.
I know because I just mentioned I was wearing mask. So I'm guilty with it. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I am guilty too, and I'm learning from these guys here. They're so tough. That's why I like these guys. They're so frank. There's
Hey,
no fake thing
let,
here. It's all real.
listen, I'm just happy that Sis spoke up and had more to
Yay!
say than three
Yeah,
sentences in 2 hours.
exactly.
She done
I
very
love it.
well.
Thank you so much, Kristen. She just like wake up me and it's like, yeah, like it's giving
No,
my spirit to be strong. Yeah.
you're welcome. I mean, I realize some of the things I say is redundant, but I want to make sure like the point is driven home.
No, yeah. You have the point there, and I'm starting to
The
like
point the point is driven home or traveled home.
driven home. It's the same thing, right?
You drive it like with a hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. So I am one of the
It's a
example.
little
I will let you
different.
know. I will let you know because this is the good thing that we did today. Because I am one of the guilty ones. So I will try and change my school. We'll see.
Don't
And
be
I'm gonna.
afraid.
I know. I listen to you guys. Because if I
No,
mean, I
listen
will.
to what God puts into your heart.
No. I
Listen
will
to
listen to what.
God.
Yeah, kind of. When you put God here, for me, honestly, I tell you frankly, I just want to be, uh, yeah, not true, but I don't want to make trouble because I'm godly. So I want to be like, but not
Who
accepting the
says it's
vaccine.
not godly to make trouble?
I don't want to create
Seems
trouble.
like
But no, no,
God
no,
told
no.
his people to cause a lot of trouble throughout history.
Not,
What Jesus did when he went into the temple and there were the
yeah,
money
he
changers.
was angry. Yeah, he was angry.
And
I
what
don't want to
did
be angry like that. I am not a God. I don't want to be angry like Jesus. I
but
just want to
He
behave.
whipped ass, didn't he?
Yeah, he was so angry because he's making the house. Yeah. So no, but I will take your advice, guys. So I will try and do live when I'm at school. Oh my God. I don't want to be scared. I trust God now. I will study the verses that you said, Exodus 34, verse 7. What was that? I'm
17?
not, yeah, 17.
17.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so thank you so much, Christine. And I think some of my the Laidlaw thing, they will hear this because I share this to them. We'll see what happened. Hello, Laidlaw. I will see you. I'm not wearing any mask. I have, I have, what do you call heat health condition? There you go. Okay, I will review. It's all right. Okay, shall we finish now? Because you're getting tired. Thank you so much, Christine, for that uh, very
Pep
how do you
talk.
call this? Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. I like rough talk, which is like you really learn and really dig into your heart and it's really stick to your mind. And I am not the only one who's learning here. Everyone who's wearing masks all over the world is learning from you. You all guys, we're guilty of it. Yeah. I went to the
Well,
supermarket today. I wear mask because I thought everybody's wearing masks and I don't want any trouble. But what you see, yeah, don't be chicken. Chicken. That's what Harry said. Don't be chicken. Okay, shall we? Kuya Mel, do you want to say your parting word? I'm
I am
gonna
a chicken. I am a chicken. Hear me squawk, hear me crow, and hear me quack. Watch me roll my roost and strut around my coop. People say I've got great legs.
Okay. Okay, Harry, do you want to say your parting word? Thank you so much, guys.
I
Thank you
think
so
he
much.
just did.
I just did.
Okay.
I'm not a chicken.
To the Kuya Mel, mag-goodbye na tao, Kuya Mel. You want to say? Thank you so much.
Actually, I don't want to say a parking word because I don't want to parking. I will go.
Go, goodbye, salamat. Okay, dagang salamat ang imong binisaya diha ba? Pag Bisaya diha kaya ako maglulunggo.
Daghang salamat sa mga nananaw. Daghang salamat din sa inyong suporta and I hope na you are enjoy and listening this very fruitful conversation. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's getting better every week now because JJ and Christine are very strong, and I like that. I'll be the bait. Hey, just get angry with me. I don't mind so for the people to learn. I am guilty with it. Okay, damo gid salamat sa inyo pamati karon nga gabi. See you next week again, and God bless everybody. Let us pray. Let us end with a prayer for God's guidance. Okay, thank you, Father. We pray for everyone who are watching this platform. We pray for GJ, Christine, Wovenart, Kuya Mel, and of course me, that you give us more energy, more wisdom to teach the people what they need to learn. Thank you so much for this blessing, oh Lord, that you given us. We want to live in the shadow of your wing. When life is hard and we don't know what to do, help us. Remember that you are with us and that we're never alone. We cannot live without you. We cannot face tomorrow without the promise of your presence. Today, we choose to walk and live under the protection of you, the Most High. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. Thank you so much, everybody. What an exciting topic.
Thank you.
So
And
much
I just
today.
found out that our good friend Miha Ella is listening. So, hi, Miha.
Hi, Alan. Hi, Genesis Group. Hi, Great Resistance. Great Britain. Thank you so much, Telegram.
And natural law wisdom, of course.
Oh, natural law, of course. And everybody for watching around the world, thank you so much. Europe, USA, Israel, Malaysia, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, of course, Philippines, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Salamat sa inyo. See you again next week. Okay, Kuya Mil.
See you next week. Y'all come back now, you hear? A bunch of the protesters kneeled down in prayer, had the Canadian flag wrapped around them, and all I could think of was, thanks to you, Sean, 1 Samuel chapter 8, verse 18, where he says, once this king does all this stuff to you, you're going to cry out, and the Almighty's not going to hear you. You're going to turn a deaf ear to you, because you rejected him and chose that king.
Well, if I may, what are they really rejecting, too? What makes it, maybe it's not that he doesn't want to help them, but why can't he?
Because they've transgressed that law.
Well, more than that, it's more that they're seeking the wrong law.
Yeah.
They don't understand what their rights are
Right.
to begin
They're
with.
asking a false idol, i.e. represented by the flag, right?
Yep.
So we know that a representation of person is a fiction in law, right?
Yep.
So the person is Canada. The flag represents Canada. They're seeking remedy from the wrong God. Belief is overriding their knowledge of their rights. Like, they know they have these rights, but they don't know where to get them from. So they're running to the only God they know. They cannot see the light yet, but at least they're seeking it. So I'm not being judgmental. I'm saying until they start seeking the real law, they're never going to find it where they're looking for it.
Grace said in the chat that they can't hear because they're begging the idol.
Yeah, they're praying to the
Still
wrong.
playing the what?
They're praying to the wrong God. They're pleading to the courts. They're pleading to the temples of that. Look, it's they're asking the wrong people.
You got the wrong guy.
Well, those guys, yeah, that God can't grant them what's not his to grant. That there's nothing there to grant anything. The only law and rights come from the Creator, period. Now, however anybody wants to see that Creator is up to them. I'm just saying, even the Creator of creation gives you free will to consent or not. And these people don't. That tells you you're in a different jurisdiction. And if you're running to that jurisdiction, how are you going to run to the very thing that took it from you to begin with, from your perspective?
The Canadians, you're talking about the Canadians? They don't want to consent to the mandates?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't bring that up, but no, that's right. But they're trying to say that Trudeau's acting outside of his power.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not.
He's not acting outside of his power.
No.
Right.
It's written right into their law, man.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying it's, just because it's legal doesn't mean it's just. But, I mean, you got to understand, all these people granted that man power by voting him in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they consented to it the moment they voted for him.
And one little side note, by them standing there holding the Canadian flag, that's also them supporting the belief system of
well more
Trudeau.
so they're saying that they're Canadian property.
Yeah. Canadian persons, right?
Trudeau's like, oh, there's one of my sheep. They're out of the pen, man. Put them back in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going, we can't do this. And he's like, yes, I can.
So they're standing there holding the flag saying, I'm a Canadian citizen. And he's saying, okay.
I'll give you what you gave me to give you.
Right, because they don't understand what a citizen is.
Like, everybody knows he's out of his mind, but nobody knows how to take away his clothes.